Hey, what's up, guys? Bobby here again, and we're gonna do more on World Challenge Cup games. So let's just do the player of the announce of S from Benfica, which is Jonas. And here's some other news that really concern over Lavezzi. We out, but nothing much. David Luiz too, but nothing much to it. Let's get more back to the more games. So if everybody did not watch how much the point situations, go back and watch the last video. So far, Juventus only has only 1 point, but they gain one more point, so they are 2 points. And then they get another point. PAOK versus Benfica, and Benfica wins 2-1. Bayern Munich versus Socking. Bayern Munich wins 4-1. Next is Salzburg versus Barcelona. Barcelona wins 1-0. Next is Chelsea versus Seattle Sounders. Seattle Sounders did win their last matchup against them, but this time Chelsea wins with Matic getting a red card. That's big. Santa Fe versus Copenhagen. Santa Fe gets a 2-1 victory. Real Madrid versus Melbourne City. And Real Madrid wins 4-1 with 2 goals by Ronaldo. Up next is San Lorenzo, Manchester City. This is a big points game because I believe San Lorenzo and both of these teams are in the fight. With a draw, they both getting 1 point. That's big for both of those teams. Up next is Standard Liège versus AS Monaco. And a 1-1 draw too. Up next is Celtic versus the other team. There's like some weird ass name. And Celtic wins 1-0. Up next, Manchester City versus Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia. And 3-0 victory by Man City. Up next, Fenerbahce versus Colo Colo. This is 2-0. PSG versus PSV. PSG wins this time 2-0. Next is Tigres versus Porto. So this is big. And a 1-1 draw. Next is Borussia Dortmund versus Shamrock. And a 3-0 victory from goals from Aubameyang, Schmelzer, and Pizchuk. Next is FC Basel versus FC Seoul. Teams are both trying to find a way to get that last spot. And a 0-0 draw. So let's look at the tables right now, how they stand up. Yeah, we'll do that next. We'll do one more game. And that's Benfica. They have already pretty much clinched. But now it's gonna get close. Yeah, they've already clinched. Yeah. Zenit wins 1-0. Next is Juventus. Only has 2 points, and they are already eliminated from. Well, no, not quite. They have to win the rest of the matches and hope Zenit loses the rest. What the hell? Okay, let's see. 3-0 victory from Juventus. That's big. Next is Barcelona versus Haken. And Barcelona gets a draw. Wow, Haken gets a draw. Bayern Munich versus Salzburg. Not Borg, it's Salzburg. Bayern Munich gets the 3-1 victory, 2 goals from Muller. Santa Fe versus Sounders FC. And Seattle gets a 2-0 victory. Next is Chelsea versus Copenhagen. And a draw, 1-1 draw. Up next is San Lorenzo versus Melbourne City. San Lorenzo needs to get a victory if they want to advance. And San Lorenzo gets a 1-0 victory. Real Madrid versus Manchester United. This is a huge game for Man U if they want to have a chance to advance, but Real Madrid gets a 1-0 victory from Toni Kroos. And they move on to the next game. Next is Celtic versus Monaco. This should be very interesting. Both these teams are battling for position, and Celtic get a 2-0 victory. That also helps them in the point standings. Liga Warsaw versus Standard Liège. and then 2-2 draw. Next, Fenerbahce versus Al Hilal from Saudi Arabia. Obviously, like I say so many times. And Emenike gets 2 goals. That's all that matters. Colo Colo versus Manchester City. Colo Colo needs to get a victory if they want to get a chance to get second place, but they don't with a 1-0 victory with Manchester United. PSV versus Tigres. Both of these teams are trying to fight for the position to get into the final 2 spots. And PSV gets a 2-1 victory over Tigres. Up next is PSG versus Porto. And a 3-2 victory for PSG. Up next is FC Basel versus Shamrock. Basel's also trying to fight for the last staying top of the group, and they do get a victory with 2-0. FC Seoul versus Borussia Dortmund. Big game for FC Seoul if they want to stay into this match. And with 2-1 victory for Borussia Dortmund from Ruslan Blaszczykowski. As we go into the final matches of the groups, and this other groups Celtic has clinched their way with so the battle is between Standard Liège and AS Monaco. Group B, that group has already been clinched with Manchester City and Fenerbahce. And Group C is the final battle for first and second place, pretty much, with PSG, Porto, and PSV. So Tigres is already out. In Group D, we have Dortmund be moving on the battle for second place, FC Basel and FC Seoul. Group B, that group's already been clinched, Real Madrid and San Lorenzo. In Group F, we got Chelsea and a battle between Southampton and Copenhagen. Pretty much battle for everything right there in that group, besides the last team, which is Santa Fe. Group G and Barcelona have already clinched. And then the battle for second place in the Group H is between Zenit and Juventus somehow. Juventus is just somehow coming out of nowhere. So let's hurry up, get these games done. So let's do this. Wow. I'm actually standing to the edge. They need to get a victory. And they do. Next is Al Hilal versus Colo Colo. Both teams are kind of battling for pride right now. And 1-1 draw. Up next is Fenerbahce versus Man City. Pretty much see who's going to get the 3-1 victory. Up next is PSV versus Porto. 2-1 victory. Up next is PSG versus Tigres. 2-1 victory. Up next is Shamrock versus Seoul. Seoul needs to get a victory if they want to move on. They do. Now here's the big kick in FC Basel. Hold on. Nope, they can't. 2-0 victory. Up next is Melbourne City versus Manchester United. 2-0 victory for Man U. So San Lorenzo, they're guaranteed second place no matter what. So let's see what they can do. And a 1-1 draw. We go back, what's on stake here? So both of these teams are fighting for a chance to get second place. The winner of this is going to get second place so far. And Copenhagen gets a 3-0 victory. Now, so it's Chelsea is going to finish on top. Let's just see if they get tied. And it's a draw, so no matter what. Haken versus Salzburg. These teams have already been eliminated. 2-0 victory for Salzburg. Here we go. 3-0 victory for Bayern Munich. Last match they played against each other. And a 2-2 draw. Next is Zenit versus PAOK. 4-0 victory. And the final game of the match is pretty much to say if Juventus is already out. So let's see what Benfica can finish strong. And they do with a 4-0 victory. And so far that's been the stage tournament of that have been knocked out. So let's look at the top scores of the group stages. Jonas got 7 goals, and Aguero with 5, Silva with 5, 4-4-4. As we see, top assists was Aguero, 4 clean sheets from Celtic. That's pretty impressive. So far, let's look at the finals. The final point standings. of each group. Sorry, I have to get this done. Celtic finished on top with 15 points, with Standard Liège with 9 points. In Group B, we have Manchester and City versus Fenerbahce, the top of the group, with PSG and PSV making their top two, and Borussia Dortmund and FC Seoul beating out FC Basel with 8 points, but with the 1 goal difference. And then Real Madrid and San Lorenzo, but Chelsea and Coven with 11 and 10 points. In Group G, we have Bayern Munich and Barcelona in, and the final group with Benfica and Zenit. So far, that has been the final of the group stages, and I'll see you guys in the knockout rounds. See ya, and peace.